Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasayang papawid, 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, nako, magandang hapon ho. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. I have to talk in English just for the first part of the program. Dahil today, we have somebody that... anyway, magandang hapon muna. Magandang hapon, no. Welcome mo sa the Sonny Laragan Show. This is a new season, 2022. We had a break for about 6 months. That is because it's been a long time that I've been in the broadcast industry, over 40 plus years na ho, no? And so the occasional break that I made was simply because I just wanted to have a break. Anyway, magandang hapon ho. Ito'y bumalik na tayo sa ating new season. So welcome mo sa ating program. Ako po si Sonny Laragan. I'd like to say good afternoon to all our kababayans here in the UK and in Europe, no? Central Europe, you're about an hour ahead, no? So alas 2 na ho ngayon sa Central Europe. Eastern Europe, couple of hours. So welcome to the program. Good afternoon as well. And to all our kababayans watching us from all over the world, be it in the Philippines, so good evening. In the US, good morning. Okay, good morning. Middle East, Middle East, more or less probably good morning still or good afternoon. I wouldn't know, but yes. Anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, welcome to the program. Okay, today, ngayong araw ho, today we're gonna be having a couple of guests, no? One is a student. He's from Bangladesh, has been here for the past 9 years, and studying aerospace engineering. Finished his master's studies, and now is a PhD candidate, no? Doctor of Philosophy. So more or less the highest level of education you can obtain in any degree or course. So that's the doctorate level. So the reason why I'm having him on the program is to serve as an inspiration. He is from Bangladesh. We could probably, just like the Philippines, we are considered a third world country. But we guys from the third world countries like Indians or Asians or Filipinos or Japanese, Koreans in America and in here in the UK are the guys who are really excelling in everything, in medicine, in law, in anything. So I guess because of our background, family background that we have, that we put a premium on education. So we feel education is the key to success in life, and so that's the reason why Asian people from the third world countries are the people who excel more compared to their British or American counterparts. So we're having him. His name is Sheikh Zahir, but I'm going to be having him later. Start of the show. But the reason why we're having him is to serve as an inspiration. Find out from him, how life is as a student. We'll ask him if he's got relatives or is he here on his own, and if he's on his own, how is he coping with being away from his family, and chasing the dream of being a professional, and eventually carving a career for himself, either here in the UK, Europe, or probably in NASA, National Aeronautic Space Administration. Who knows? So if he becomes successful someday, a big guy, at least you can say, you guys can say, and I can say that I've guested this guy on my show when he was still a nobody and he was a struggling student trying to make it as a, finish his doctoral degree. So, yep. So we're going to have him. His name is Zahir. Sheikh Zahir, and he is from Bangladesh. Also, of course, we're going to be having our kababayan. No? She's a broadcast student from UP. She's a digital coach, online coach, and worked for some time at the Department of Health. And I think this was during the time of Secretary and later on Senator Juan Flavier. And health or healthy eating is her advocacy. And so we're going to be talking about her advocacy. And we're going to talk about ang health and is health wealth. What do you think? Do you agree? So we're going to talk about that. And also, we have our, travel corner. May travel corner tayo. And we're going to have a part 2 yata. Part 2 naman, tama nga Ben? France. No? So last time we were talking of Côte d'Azur. We have Eman de Guzman, our resident travel consultant advisor. And we're going to go talk about the best summer places in France. This is part 2. Because last week, we had the likes of Monaco, what else? Nice, and so on and so forth. So this time around, I'm curious what's going to be what's going to be part 2. Which places are going to be featured in part 2 of the best summer places in France. Okay, so we're going to have a short break. And when we come back, we're going to have our very special guest. Now, a guest of ours, inspiration. He's a non-Filipino. And yet, this is a Filipino program. And yet, why do we guest him? Well, we guest him just like we've guested the general sales manager of Toyota, who is African, and yet he is on top of about 12 or 13 or 14 British guys. So, non-British and yet succeeding in the UK. So we can consider our student guest as a success story in a way, because he finished his undergrad degree, finished his master's, and now is a PhD candidate here in the UK, Kingston University, that is. Okay, we're going to have a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have Sheikh on the program. Don't go away.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating programa, no? We're back on the show. By the way, I'd like to make an announcement. Watching the Sonny Laragan show entitles you, you get a chance, no? First of all you have to do is register, no? Register on this website, www.discover365.co.uk/win. When you register, instantly you get 200 pounds of travel credits. And every week, those who registered will get the chance to win about, on top of the 200 pounds, 600 pounds travel credit. So more or less, that makes it about 800 quid. If you don't get the chance, so every week we're going to be drawing. So instantly, when you just register, pag nag-register ho kayo dito sa discover.win, pakita mo nga direct. www.discover365.co.uk/win. Once you register, instantly you got 200 pounds of credit, of travel credits. And then we have a weekly draw. We have a weekly draw here on the Sonny Laragan Show. And then when we get to draw your name, then you get to win and on top of the 200, you get to win about 600 quid. All right, so 200 plus 600, that's 800 quid. And on top of that, when you're registered, well, every week you get the chance. So even if you don't win, say for example this week, for the duration of the next 4, 6, 8 weeks, you are still entered for the weekly 600 pound increased draw, additional 600 pounds of travel credits. But all of those are registered from the time that we started this promo, are actually entered into the grand draw, which is a 7-day luxury stay in Cancun in a very luxurious hotel place in Cancun, Mexico. So that's it's worth about 6,000, 7,000 pounds of stay in Cancun. So that's those of you who would register via discover365.co.uk/win would be entered automatically in our grand draw in August. That's end of August, August 31, I think. So yeah, do we have the full plug, direct? Gawa na ba yung latest natin? Okay na ba? Meron na ba? O, meron wala? Let me just know. Okay, meron na. Okay. Sige, let's put it in para before we have Shake on the program. Sige, so they'll know how to, there's this very exciting prize that awaits everyone. They enjoy watching the program, they get inspired, and they get a chance to win this luxury holiday in Cancun, Mexico. Sige, ready na tayo? Okay. Are we ready? Let's play it. Let's go. Sige, let's give you about just a few seconds lang. No? So we're going to tell you about this promo that we have. Sige, roll, direct. Re-entry? Oh, right, re-entry. Okay, re-entry. Anyway, that's okay. Fantastic. Ayan. So you get to know the mechanics of how to win the luxury holiday in Cancun, Mexico. Okay, so now here it is. Now we're gonna be calling on our first guest for today. He's a student. He hails from Bangladesh. Has been in the UK for I think 9 years, a continuous study thing from his undergrad to his masteral, now onto his doctoral studies. So please welcome on the program, ladies and gentlemen, a very good-looking guy. He looks like a star. Probably the family is They probably he should be a star. Actually, he should go back to Bangladesh, but no, he wants to pursue a career in aerospace engineering. But let's say hello to Sheikh Mubarak Zahir. Sheikh, good afternoon. Welcome to the Sonny Laragan Show.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sonny. That was a very good introduction. Thank you very much for having me here today.
Yeah, truly, you're good looking. Have you got many girlfriends? First of all, has Sheikh many girlfriends?
Oh, no. But I'm single, and I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much.
All right. Is it because of studies? So you've been here for the past 9 years. This is the 9th year of your studies. Was it a continuous, continuous from your undergrad all the way to your PhD, studies?
Oh, yes. I did my undergrad and then my master's. I'm currently working, pursuing my PhD. And in between, I did do some internship and work here and there to finance my studies, also to gain more experience and knowledge in the industry. But I also must say that I've been very lucky that my father, he actually financed my entire education, and that way I could actually be where I am today.
How is the education in Bangladesh? Do you have like what we had before? Now we have a different kind of educational system. We have a K-12 nowadays. Before, grade school would just be about 6 years and 4 years of high school. What's the style? What's the system in Bangladesh? Is it like 6 years of elementary school and then 4 years of high school?
We have, Bangladesh is a developing country like Philippines as well. So we see different changes in the policy and politics. So it actually changes the educational system. Previously, when I was in Bangladesh, we had till class 5 was primary, and then 12th grade would be or A level. But now they have totally removed the 5th grade and made an entire section from 1 to 10. So it's a very dynamic situation right now compared to what I experienced before.
So it was up to 12 years of study prior, then you go to university. Is that it?
Yes.
Now they brought it down to 10?
No. So previously that was like 5 and then 10. So primary is
11.
5
5 plus. And then, okay.
Yeah, 5, and then from 6 to 10 would be secondary high school, and then from 11 to 12 would be college, we call it. So now they all merge them together. Yes.
Okay.
So it's like from 1 to 12 is the single stress of study, and then you get into your university or whatever career you want to choose from there.
Okay, so when you were in your final year of your, say, high school, I don't know if you call it high school back home in Bangladesh. Do you call it high school? No.
Yes.
Oh, you do call, okay.
Yes,
so
we call it high school.
High school. Okay. So what made you decide? So we're now looking at the mindset of this. How old were you when you graduated? When you arrived here in the UK, how old were you then?
Okay, so first when I came here, I studied my 5th grade here in Portsmouth, because my father was doing his master's in Portsmouth University in GIS. So he kind of brought us here, and I got acquainted with the culture, and I have decided that I want to come back. And my dad, being an engineer, he actually seeded this idea in my brain that aerospace engineering would be a good idea, because back then it was just exploding. Okay, so I kept that idea and went back to Bangladesh and finished my remaining high school. And after completing my college, I came to UK to pursue my undergrad and my dream in aviation.
Okay, so your dad was actually here already, having some studies, and he was able to bring his family.
Yes.
Was that the situation then? And
Yes.
when he was able to bring his family, his children were able to go to school here.
Yes.
And so you went to school. So you experienced prior to your university, you actually experienced some sort of a high school kind of an education here, right? Was it high school or elementary?
Yes. No, it was elementary. Yeah.
Elementary, okay. And then you went back to Bangladesh, and then finished
No,
the remainder.
Elementary. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. I was saying it was actually secondary school, not elementary.
Secondary, secondary.
I did
Okay.
my sixth grade. Yes.
What kind of an engineer is your dad? Because he went for his was it master's studies or postgraduate studies?
Yes, he did his postgrad and he's a civil engineer working for the local government back in Bangladesh, LGED, local government engineering department. So he got this opportunity to come here on scholarship, and he just took it. Basically.
Okay, so you went back home, finished your high school, secondary high school, and then were you determined to go back to the UK, or was it also or was your dad also Jake? Would you like to go to the UK? I'm gonna finance your studies. Was it upon his prodding, or also was it you, Dad? I want to study my university course in the UK. Who was it, or was it both at the same time?
Well, it wasn't as straightforward as it sounds, because he played a trick on me and said, okay, so if you get me this kind of marks and results, I will send you off to UK, because he knew how much I loved UK. And I agreed with that contract, and I did manage to get a good results on my exams. And he was like, okay, as I said, I'll do. So he sent me over when I was 18 years old only.
Oh, what is this? This is this picture that I see. What is this? This is some of your. What is this?
Yes. So this is our Aero Lab in Kingston University, and
Okay.
I'm also working as a teaching assistant. So here we
Teaching what?
conduct
Teaching what?
different,
Teaching
lab work.
assistant. Sorry. Teaching assistant.
Yes.
Okay, teaching
Yes,
assistant.
I'm working
Okay,
as
all
a
right.
teaching assistant. Yes. So basically, you'll see me and my peers assisting lectures, conducting experimental workshop or tutorial workshop, helping students with their masters or undergrad final year thesis across different departments, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering. And this is one of those occasions when we are doing a workshop in the Aero Lab in Kingston University.
Okay, why aerospace engineering? Well, there are so many, like your teaching assistant, and some of those that are under you are mechanical and different kinds of engineering. But why aerospace engineering? Are you fascinated with creating rocket ships? I don't know which applications are you going to be into? Because I know somebody who finished something about aerospace or something, but he's the guy who designs the Formula One. It's because of the wind, when it hits the vehicle. I don't know how you call it. I forgot how you call it. But he finished a degree in I think it's Bournemouth University. I forgot his name now, but he's the chief designer of the Formula One of Red Bull. I forgot his name. He's the boss of one of my assistants before. So anyway, so that was the application. What is your intention? Is it to be in the academe, or is it to go out there, say, in the European Space Agency or the NASA in the U.S.? What's the plan? What's your plan?
Well, so currently I'm working. So I'm specialized in aerodynamics, and I work for low speed, high speed, multi-phase flow, and also using the current state of the art technology method and knowledge available. Also developing those state of the art technology and knowledge, and contributing to the current situation of the aviation industry, while keeping in the mind the efficiency and safety of the passengers, and definitely the impact on the environmental condition due to our development. So in future, I would like to work on my expertise and expand it to develop new methods wherever that's in ESA or NASA or any company that that interests me and kind of collides with my interests.
Well, the billionaires now, the three billionaires. There's Elon Musk, there's Jeff Bezos, and there's Richard Branson. These guys are now into this outer space thing, space travel. Is that something that you guys currently are, I don't know, studying on, working on? Is that a part of your curriculum? Part of your, I don't know. Is that something? Because sooner or later, these three guys, there's going to be space travel. I don't know if you've heard of these things. Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos. Richard Branson went to space, right? I don't know if you've heard of it. Jeff Bezos went to space. The owner of Amazon. I don't know. I don't know if Elon Musk has done so with his company, SpaceX. But yeah, that's the future now. Space travel. Are you guys in Kingston? You as a PhD student, is that something that you're, I don't know, studying right now, or
yes,
you are?
Absolutely. Yes. So my spectrum of my work ranges from design and development of commercial, civil, or military aircraft, rotorcraft, rockets, missiles, high-speed, hypersonic, and the research group that I'm working with currently in Kingston University, we like to strongly claim that our courses are fit and one of the leading pedagogical approach and method of 21st century in the entire UK. So that's actually a very big claim to make, I understand, but we have the facilities and technical support that requires and that is needed for someone to succeed and develop those kind of tools that you're talking about for future ventures in space and in aviation through this course. So definitely, I think we're one of the pioneering universities in this sector.
Well, I admire you because you've concentrated in this study, and if you become successful later on, it's going to be financially rewarding for you, because it's the salary for this kind of a job is kind of in the £100,000 range or something. So I know that you might also be thinking of that as a motivation. But primarily, why did you take up aviation engineering, aerospace engineering?
Well, because human beings, they face things that they don't really understand. And for me, as I said, when I was coming to UK, I boarded this Emirates A380 from Dubai, and it was huge. And initially, I saw this making of this plane in geography documentary. But when I saw it in blood and flesh, I was thundered and shocked, and I wanted to know how these tons of the material just fly in the sky like a balloon. So that inspired me to like aviation more and more. And as I got the opportunity, I was very lucky to pursue that dream.
Okay. Say, for example, they look for a group of people, intelligent people, that they would like to people the first colony in Mars. Would you volunteer to live in Mars? Be the first of those to be in the colony there? They'd like some intelligent people like you, for example.
Well, I have always prioritized my family before my work and my career. So right now I have my parents that I care about, and I wouldn't leave them for Mars or any scientific venture. But in future, if I'm not married and don't have any responsibilities like kids or anything, then I'll definitely opt for that option without any hesitation.
Okay, is your career, the work that you'd like to do is more or less in the engineering field. So you're not talking of, say, for example, to become an astronaut. It's not something like that. It's more of the engineering side of things.
Yes. Currently, my work is related to engineering, but then we need to understand, like, engineering is nothing. If you just make it technology or you make a product and you cannot sell it, it's not really effective. So there is some part of business in our modules as well that we need to learn to really communicate effectively with the business people as well. So, and I also, I also understand that this is a very good opportunity if someone has multidisciplinary knowledge, both from engineering sector and business sector. they can really go a long way, like Elon Musk or Virgin, anything that you have mentioned previously.
All right. Okay. You finished. Well, what was your undergrads? Because you graduated from, was it Queen Mary's? For your undergrad, was it aviation, aerospace, engineering?
Yes, I did my
aerospace
undergrad
engineering.
Yes, yes, aerospace engineering.
And then master was aerospace engineering as well. Again.
Yes, I did my postgrad certificate from Queen Mary after my undergrad, and then came to Kingston, did my postgrad again, and then transited into my PhD studies. And the reason is the Queen Mary is definitely a higher ranked university compared to the Kingston, and their curriculum and method of teaching is very different. Queen Mary is more focused on theories and understanding of the actual laws and the mechanics of the physics, but in Kingston they have organized their curriculum in a way which is more effective and directly related to the industry's need for current market situation.
Okay. Well, okay. So you studied for more or less 9 years. What are some of the problems? Is it difficult, the course that you've studied, that have you taken? Was there a time that you wanted to give up, or because of you've proven to your dad that you can get good grades, and so you were able to hurdle it? Or are there challenges? Did you have any problems, or were you having probably late thesis? I don't know, late assignments, or because you found it hard? What are some of the problems of a student of you? What did you encounter in terms of challenges? Is it stressful to study aviation aerospace engineering?
Oh yes. First of all, rocket science is rocket science for a reason. It's quite hard, but I think initially you find it very annoying and hard to get in your head. But slowly you do eventually get out of the learning curve, and everything makes sense. But apart from that hurdle, there are many other hurdles for international students in the UK, such as financial problems and constant changing of the policies here and the political conditions. For an example, Brexit and also changing of the students' visa status quite frequently. So those were a very big issue in my early student life. And furthermore, there's definitely some social issues which we all know of, but sometimes like to ignore, such as discrimination, racism, and whatnot. So those are real, and those problems actually affects you mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically if you're not careful.
You mentioned racism. Have you really experienced it? You mentioned racism.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you did. Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Right. Okay. Well, okay. Well, in closing, it's quite interesting, really talking to you, Sheikh. It's an eye opener for somebody like you. And you mentioned these things, conditions, political conditions affecting student life in a way, which are part and parcel of the challenges that you experience. So, if you were to advise, what would be the tips or advice that you would give to somebody like an international student, like a Filipino, who, the parents probably would be able to afford to send them over? What would your tips be? Or also people who are already here. They could like to send their nieces or nephews over to study because British education is world class. I don't know if it's the same with you, but some of the degrees that we have in the Philippines, for example, engineering degrees, do not match the engineering. How do you call it? The engineering equivalent here. It doesn't much. So for example, an electrical engineer back home in the Philippines would just end up like an electrician here. But the same guy graduating electrical engineering, say from Australia, would be automatically be an electrical engineer here. If you know what I mean. So there might be viewers out there of Filipinos with their nieces or nephews or children who are still back home, and they'd like to send over to study. So, as somebody who's been here for the past 9 years and has experienced all of these things, what are some of the tips before we end? What are the tips or advice that you could give?
Yes, definitely. So first of all, I came here to do aviation aerospace engineering because we did not have that kind of courses or modules in the university back then. But right now, our country is establishing new universities, so including this module. So anyone, whether they're from Bangladesh, India, or Philippines, wanting to come outside, abroad, they should really understand that they should really consider that whether what they're trying to study or educate themselves is available in their own country, because it's often more complex to go to a foreign country, adapt there, and then do your study, and definitely spending lots of money. But why not, if you can just do that in your country? That's also helping your country's financial condition. Your country, you're being able to contribute. And finally, definitely anywhere, if you do your education, get your degree, and be able to get some kind of job experience beforehand, you'll be able to move to UK or USA or anywhere with that experience and that knowledge.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Sheikh. Thank you very much for that. For this interview that you gave us. So I hope, and I'm sure that it's going to be an inspiration to all of our kababayans, countrymen that I say, kababayans who are watching us right now. So thank you very much. Good luck and on your PhD studies, and hope to see you soon again. Anyway, we bump into each other every now and then. So you take care. God bless,
Yes.
and we'll see each other again. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Sonny.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Sheikh Zahir. Okay, Mubarak Shahir. Ano yan? PhD student yan sa aerospace engineering. Ganong katindi yan. Alright, we're gonna have a short break. Pagbalik natin yung ating travel advice, no? Yung ating eksperto, no? Sa travel. Pagbalik ko natin. Saglit po lamang, Hugo Kayales. Ayan, ito na exciting part natin because summertime, when you think of summertime, you think of fun, di ba? Travel. So, ayan, from Kingston, London, we now go to Algarve, Portugal. And of course, we want to say hello to our resident travel advisor, travel expert, Siyempre, good-looking na walang iba kundi si Eman de Guzman. Eman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sir Sunny. Magandang araw sa lahat ng mga nanonood online. Magandang araw. Mabuhay.
Yes, ano lagay ng panahon dyan? Dito, ang pinakamahabang araw was 21st, no? Yesterday. Sa inyo, kumusta? Mukha yatang sunny all the time, di ba?
No, Sir Sunny, today medyo makulimlim yung panahon. Nasa 21 degrees kami, so medyo mas malamig ngayong araw na to. So medyo cloudy today, but hindi naman siya umuulan.
Okay. Pero hindi naman, in 365 days, how many days of sunshine kayo?
We have 300, sir, every year.
300?
So, 300 years talaga. So, warm, definitely warm. And
Diyan hindi nyo na-experience yung 4 seasons in one day, no? Yung biglang mag-hail, parang may yellow, tapos mamaya uulan, mamaya maaraw, mamaya, hindi walang ganyan sa inyo, no?
No, sir, walang ganun dito sa Portugal, but meron lang isang place dito sa Portugal na nag-snow, which is yung Serra da Estrela, which is 4 hours yata from Lisbon.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, we're going to be talking about last week we have Nice, we had Monaco, we had ano pa ba? Ito yung Cannes, yung movie no? So this week okay, sige, go. Sige, ikaw. Let's roll this video. Sige. Nasa front side ulit.
Awesome. Yeah, today we'll explore one of the world's most popular tourist destination, yung Paris. O tawag nila City of Lights.
Yeah.
So we're going to explore yung rich history nila, architecture, museums, shopping, food, at saka marami pa. Alright? Paris is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Isa to sa mga paborito ko, Sir Sunny. Napakaganda talaga.
Wow,
It is known worldwide dun sa Louvre Museum, Notre Dame Cathedral, yung Eiffel Tower. May reputation siya, Sir Sunny, ng romantic and cultural city. Okay?
Yes.
Yung Paris is also known siya sa mga high quality gastronomy. Alright? Tsaka yung mga ganito, yung mga terraces ng cafes nila. So, yung Paris is capital ng France. Alright? So, during summer, mga around 24 to 26 degrees siya. Okay? So, maganda yung weather nila during summer.
Uy,
so,
ganda.
northern part siya ng France. Nandun siya
Ganda
sa
siya.
River of Seine. Okay? Nandun siya sa River ng Seine. So, yung iba tawag sa kanya, Sir Sunny, parang City of Love. Alright?
Yes.
Yung iba tawag City of Lights. Okay? Gusto ko dito kasi yung expression of yourself, parang pinopromote nila. Alright? So, but ang tanong, what are the best things you can do in Paris? Alright? So, sa mga pupunta ng Paris, ito yung mga pwede nilang gawin. Exactly. So, fashion industry, so yung Vogue, founded siya 1892 and later in 1930s, itinayo ni Coco Chanel, yung parang ni-revolutionize na yung fashion industry. So, after that, yung fashion industry ng Paris, parang nag-boom siya, nag-explode. So, right now, Paris is one of the leading fashion destination in the world. And the paradise dun sa mga tao na gusto mag-shopping. Ito yung Avenue des Champs-Élysées. Alright? So, nandito yung, yan yung parang pinaka-famous na street dito sa Paris. Maybe worldwide, So, nandyan yung mga high-end stores, cafes, offices. Ideal din siya for shopping. Nandyan yung mga malalaking, shopping stores. Ayan.
Yes.
Louis Vuitton. Alright? Nandyan yung mga gusto mag-shopping, dito sila pupunta. Sikat din yung Champs-Élysées dahil ito yung parang final stage ng Tour de France. Kagaya na nakikita nyo. So, mga cycling enthusiasts like me, cycling enthusiast ako kaya gustong-gusto ko dito sa Paris. Alright? Ito yung pagdulo ng Champs-Élysées, nandito yung Arc de Triomphe. Alright? In-honor nitong Arc de Triomphe yung mga lumaban during the French Revolution at saka nung Napoleonic War. Alright? So, nandyan parang inaano yung mga French victories. And of course, hindi pwedeng magpunta ka ng Paris na hindi mo pupuntahan yung Eiffel Tower. So, hindi kompleto yung trip mo without that. So, including the tip, pag tinignan mo to, sir, 1,063 feet. And this is the tallest structure sa Paris. Alright? It was constructed 1889 by the company owned by the engineer Gustave Eiffel. Alright? So, the Eiffel Tower offers a fantastic panoramic view of the city and its surrounding. So, tignan mo yan, sir, pag nandun ka sa taas, sobrang ma-admire mo yung buong Paris. Alright? So, kapag nandito ka sa Eiffel Tower, bisitahin mo itong Champ de Mars Park. Alright? Nandun lang siya sa baba ng tower. Alright? So, isa siya sa mga pinupuntahan dyan sa may tower. Alright? And, yan, dyan nag-iipon-ipon yung mga tao.
Ito yung katapat niya na alam ko to.
Katapat niya, exactly, yes. Or, yung pinaka-best na view para sa akin is yung Trocadero Garden, which is ito yun. Yan, so pwede mo rin, dyan pwedeng mag-picture ng But best view, number one, the best view ng Eiffel Tower would be the Seine River. So kapag nag-try ka na mag-cruise, yan, parang may cruise dyan ng river. Yan yung pinaka-best view ng river. So, yan yung third longest river, 485 miles from Dijon to the English Channel. You know? So, ginamit, very iconic yung Seine River because ginamit siya ng mga impressionists, yung mga painters na nandyan, yung gamit yung Seine River na yan. So, for me, Sir Sunny, pinakamaganda yung Paris. That's why City of Light siya sa gabi. Alright? So, kung makikita mo yung mga kuha sa gabi, iba yung ng Paris, lalo na pag kumukuti-kutitap yung yung tower. Iba yung vibe niya talaga. Yan Yan. So, habang nag-cruise ka, pag nakita mo yan sa gabi, yun, kumukuti-kutitap yung Paris. But of course, there's a lot of full exciting museums din sa Paris, of course. Okay? So, yan yung natin for Paris at night. So, yung mga pwede kayong pumunta sa gabi kasi mas konti yung tao. Alam mo yun? Ang problem ngayon with Paris is sobrang dami ng mga tao. Now, tignan natin yung mga exciting museums. Alright? Pag pumunta kayo doon, huwag niyong kalimutan puntahan yung Les Invalides. Alright? So, yung Les Invalides, ito siya. It's a complex buildings and monuments relating dun sa lahat ng mga military history ng France. Okay? But this place is very interesting kasi nandito rin yung tomb ni Napoleon. Alright? So, si Napoleon Bonaparte, nandyan din yung tomb niya. So, ito siya, Sir Sunny. So, makikita mo pinupuntahan niya ng maraming tao para ma-visit. But yung The Louvre, siya yung yung pinaka-sikat na museum sa Paris dahil nandyan yung largest art museum ng permanent display ng mga world-famous artists like Leonardo da Vinci. Yan yung Mona Lisa. Alright? Pag tumuwid ka naman ng river, which is yung Ilha de Cité, alright? Makikita mo naman dyan yung Musée d'Orsay. Alright? Pupuntahan mo yung Musée d'Orsay dahil napakaganda niya. Second to na pupuntahan mo bukod dun sa The Louvre. So, nandyan yung collection ng mga impressionist na masterpieces 19th century. Ano to, sir? Para siyang dating train station. Ang tawag sa kanya, Belle Époque. Alright? So, makikita mo dyan yung mga painting ni Monet, Manet, Pissarro, Morisot, and Renoir. So, kung mahilig kayo sa art. So, dyan yung makikita yung mga kakaibang mga paintings na nandun. Kung gusto niyo naman ng medyo mas modern na art, 15 minutes walk galing sa The Louvre, itong tinatawag na Centro Pompidou. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is the perfect place pag hapon. Pwedeng pumunta doon kung may kasama kayong mga bata, kasama yung mga anak nyo, matutuwa sila dito because of the modern art. Tingnan mo, Sir Sunny, yung mga art na nandito. So, may kakaiba yung dito impressionist. But of course, hindi natin makakalimutan yung mga holy sites ng Paris, which is yung Notre Dame.
Cathedral of Notre Dame, yes.
Exactly. So, we visit Notre Dame Cathedral, full of impressive Gothic elements. Pag nakita mo yung intrinsic designs nitong architectural details nitong cathedral na to, sobrang extraordinary. So, this famous medieval Gothic cathedral is located on Isla de la Cité Island. Notre Dame was mostly completed in the 13th century, but na-damage siya sobra during the French Revolution. Pero sinave siya ni Napoleon. Alright?
At saka recently nasunog yan Recently nasunog yan.
That's true, Sir Simon.
Oo.
But dun sa cathedral na yun, kumbaga kinrown ni Napoleon yung sarili niya as
emperor.
Parang emperor ng French. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So, but totoo, sir, ito yung sinasabi mo, nasunog siya noong 2019. Yes. Yes, nasunog siya noong 2019. But dahil nga dun sa tao dito,
donations.
efforts, yung
Effort,
mga
yeah.
efforts, donation, extensive restoration efforts, ni-renovate na siya. Kaya maganda na siya ulit now. So still ongoing yung renovation, but
Yes.
maganda na siya na bisitahin pa rin. So mabuti
Yes.
naka-recover yung katilo. Dito rin yung Sir Sunny, yung parang Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, dyan.
Parang dyan din ginawa.
Dyan ang storya. Dyan ang storya. Ano pangalan ng Hunchback? Nakalimutan ko na. Yung, si Quasimodo.
Ano siya ni Victor Hugo eh.
Si Quasimodo.
Yes.
Si Quasimodo. Yes, Well, nice pero hindi mo pinakita ang Louvre.
Pinakita ko sir yung The Louvre.
Pinakita mo.
Nandun
Pinakita
yung
mo
Louvre,
Louvre. Okay.
Nandun si Leonardo da Vinci at saka
Oo nga pala
yung
kanina.
mga
Kanina. Mona Lisa.
sobrang
Yeah. Sorry.
dami ng
Tama.
mga ano dun mga artifacts na pwedeng makita sa The Louvre. Yes.
May tip ako, no? Merong one, hindi ko alam kung Wednesday or Saturday or Sunday. There's just like in the sa Roma, sa Vatican Museum. Merong sa Vatican Museum, hindi ko alam kung first Sunday or ano, no? Pag nagpunta ka ron, libre entrance eh. Ganon din sa Louvre. May once a month na libre yan. Pwede nyo i-Google. I don't know kung okay na rin uli, no? Pero maganda. Faris, ito, kwento ko lang sa iyo, ha? Nung the first time dumating ako sa London, pero hindi ako sa London muna, sa Surrey ako. Ang first trip ko was not London. Surrey kasi is about siguro an hour's drive from my place sa London. Pero ang naging trip ko when I arrived December of 1999, ang una ko napuntahan, alam mo, Paris, France.
Mhm.
Okay, ang ganda. Tapos nagtataka ako dahil alas 3 na nga, alas 4 na hapon, dilim na. Alam mo na, pag winter time, di ba, mahaba yung gabi. Ang ganda, ang ganda kasi sa Paris, France, di ba, yung mga tuktok ng mga buildings, painted in gold, di ba? Kaya ang gaganda, no?
That's right.
Tsaka very romantic, Eiffel Tower. Alam mo, nung mapunta ako ng London, although London is a wonderful, beautiful city, talagang I'm so proud of being in London, kaya lang, iba yung majestic impact ng Paris, France. Maganda rito, may Buckingham
That's
Palace
right.
and so on and so forth. Kaya pag punta ka sa London naman, parang nanibago ako dahil iba yung bongga ng Paris di ba? Iba ang bongga ng Paris eh. It's a very romantic city. Ang ganda kasi ang lalaki ng kalsada, ang lalaki ng spaces, ang lalaki ng mga, di ba, Louvre, Notre Dame, di ba? Invalides, sabi mo nga, Eiffel Tower. Maganda sa Paris, France. It's
Sa
a
pag-ikot
wonderful.
ko kasi sir right. Sa pag-ikot ko dito sa Europe, bawat bawat country may kanya-kanya silang character eh. May kanya-kanya silang sarili nilang na beauty, alright? Kahit Italy at saka France, parang almost the same sila pero may maraming kaibahan eh. Same dito sa Portugal at saka Spain. Meron din talagang mga kaibahan yung nila, and masarap yun i-embrace yung ganung mga culture. And sir, first Sunday every month, yun yung free pala dun sa museum. The Louvre at saka dun sa Musée d'Orsay. Okay? So
First Sunday of the
every
month. Libre.
The month. So
Na-Google mo?
free.
Na-Google mo?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yan. Hindi yan, alam ko. Pati sa Vatican.
Actually,
Sa
nandito
Vatican. Punta ka sa Vatican. Pagka meron kang European passport, pag nagpunta ka ng Budapest, sa Hungary, Budapest ba capital? Libre ka pumasok sa kanilang parliament pag may European passport ka. Nakapasok kasi ako. Libre yun. Yung mga ganun ba mga magandang malaman yun eh. So good. First first Sunday sa Louvre.
Yeah. Sa first Sunday every month.
Every
Alright?
month, yes,
So,
yes.
dun so the Louvre at saka yung Museo d'Orsay.
Museo d'Orsay,
So,
yes.
yung train station na ginawang museum. So, kumbaga free doon every first Sunday of every month.
Wow, ang galing, no? So, well, it's nice, no? So, ito yung part 2 natin for France, no?
Yes.
Okay, so wala naman part 3 yan. Basta ito na yan, parang second part lang yan. Iba naman tayo.
So,
Next
more
week.
of yun, mga best. So, ibang naman tayo, ibang country naman tayo sa susunod natin, Sir Sunny.
Maganda. So, we talked about the south of France, and then we now talked about the capital city, which is Paris. At napakaganda talaga yan. Nakaka-inlove talaga. If you want a romantic date with your sweetheart, punta ka sa Paris, France. Diba? Pero, talking of Eiffel Tower, may takot ako sa heights. Naakit ko lang kalahati. Ikaw, naakit mo ba yung taas?
Okay. Yung pinakataas, sir, kasi masyadong mahal para umakyat ka hanggang taas eh. But may mga tips kasi doon. You need to book kasi, Sir Sunny. Even though
okay.
gusto mong umakyat sa dami ng tao na nandun sa taas. Dahil nga traveler ako, sir, may cafe doon sa Garden Trocadero. Kumbaga, may mga pinupuntahan doon na hindi mo kailangan na nasa taas ka ng Eiffel Tower. Alright? Pareho tayo, hanggang doon lang ako sa second.
Kalate. Yung sa Kalate lang. Oo, yung Kalate lang. Okay.
So,
ako naman,
sobrang madami na nandun sa taas. But enough na kasi, sir, yun para ma-appreciate and makita mo yung buong view ng Paris. And mas gusto ko yung kuha kasi, sir, ng buong tower kaysa dun sa panoramic.
Natawa kasi ako dahil ang style ko doon, nangangatog ako, umahawak ko sa railing. Para bang yung kumbaga hindi ka marunong mag-swimming, nilinis mo yung gilid ba nung swimming pool, doon ka lang kumakapit eh. So, yun ang nangyari sa akin. So, I did not enjoy the view kasi nga nangangatog ako sa height eh. Pitakot ako sa height. So, kaya ako natatawa talaga. Yeah. Pero it was wonderful. It was wonderful. At least napunta ako sa Kalahati. And Paris is a wonderful city talaga. Hindi ka magsasawa talaga, no? Hindi ka lang yung alam, may problema nga lang pagdating mo sa may, for example, diyan sa may Gare du Nord, kasi meron kaming mabilis na Eurostar from London to Paris, France. Wala pang 1 hour and a half yata. Basta gano'n, 1 hour, 2 hour. Basta gano'n, kulang lang. Pag ahon mo, pwede ka na magkape sa France. Tapos balik ka na uli sa London eh. Dadaan sa ilalim ng tubig sa English Channel. Yung sakay ka sa London, dati sa Waterloo, ngayon nasa St. Pancras eh. Tapos pupunta sa ilalim ng tubig yun, sa English Channel, aahon yun sa Brussels o sa Belgium, kung saan yan.
Right.
Hanggang sa makarating na sa so yun. But fantastic. Thank you very much. May mga shoutouts ka ba, Eman?
Sir Sonny, yung chismis mo lang tungkol kay Direk Pau. So I congratulate si Direk Pau. You are really an extraordinary nakita ko kasi yung work ethics ni Direk Pau nitong sandali lang kami na nagtatrabaho, but I really appreciate the way she works, and nung nalaman ko yun nga alam mo yun, candidate siya for cum laude, and more or less nandun na yun. Congratulations, Sir Pau. You well deserve kung ano yung nakuha mo yun na award.
Tumaba naman ang puso ko dahil proud tayo na nakasama. She's my assistant, she's the director of the show, and talaga ibang ethic talaga niyan. And she's honest, hardworking. Yun naman ang kailangan ng di ba? She goes the extra mile, di ba? People who succeed in life are the people who go the extra mile. Di ba? Hindi yung nagbibilang ng oras, ganito lang, hanggang dito lang ako, ganyan. Oo.
Correct.
Tama yan. So,
dito, Sir Sonny, mas masaya and masarap magtrabaho with people who are doing their best as well, yung nandun yung character ng excellence, masarap magtrabaho sa mga ganung tao kagaya mo, Sir Sonny. So I'm happy and proud.
Thank you very much. We're happy and proud as well. Yeah, we have you, and it's nice yung having this weekly thing, nagkakakumustahan tayo, and you talk about these places. And parang inakay-akay mo na yung mga kamay namin eh. Namasyal eh. Ito, punta sa Notre Dame, Invalides, Musée d'Orsay, o ganyan. No? So, it's nice. Ito yung Nice, ito yung Cannes, ito yung So, it's wonderful. And it's travel time. We will be, simula lang ho to, first week ngayon, magbibigay ho kami ng prize. Kaya, makakahabol pa kayo, according to Pau, yung ating director. Doon ho sa magre-register sa Discover 365, direct pakita mo lang muna kung mahahabol mo yung card, yung yung graphics yung mismong yan makakahabol pa kayo instantly pag nag-register kayo rin. Meron na kaagad kayong 200 pounds credit, travel credits. And then today sa end ng show magdo-draw kami ng kung sino yung mga nag-register na mananalo pa on top of the 200 pounds. May 600 pa, di 800. Hindi man kayo ma-draw ngayon, qualified pa rin, or kaya tag dito, pasok pa rin kayo sa for next week nag-draw, the following week nag-draw, ganun kasama pa rin ho kayo, So you will get the chance to win the 600 pounds on top. Pero ang pinakamaganda rito, yung grand prize na 1 week, 7 days nga ba yun? Tama ba? 7 days?
It's a 7 nights resort stay at the Grand Mayan, Riviera Maya. Yes.
Ayan, 7.
Again, it's a luxury destination. hindi nyo makakalimutan yung holiday na yon. So believe me, sobrang ganda dun sa place.
Ayan. O, direct, safe pa tayo sa ano to? Sa music nito? Okay lang? Okay lang ba tayo doon? Ayan, tingnan na. Direct. Eman, okay ba tayo? Safe tayo sa music nun?
So, yeah. So, ito
Okay.
yung Riviera Maya. So, nagpe-perform dito yung Cirque du Soleil, like I said. And this is 1,000 acres na property with jungles, with flamenco, with rivers. Ang daming activities na pwedeng gawin dito sa Riviera Maya. Nandyan yung ruins as well. So, hindi kayo mawawalan ng gagawin. And lahat ng amenities nitong resort are included as well.
So maiikot lahat nila yan. Yung, sabi mo, mga acres or hectares o kung ano yan.
Malaki yan, sir.
Malaki yan,
Once-
mapupuntahan nila yan.
Exactly.
Okay. Fantastic. Ayan,
So,
mag-register na kayo.
Oo, sila.
Ayan,
So, you need to
okay.
register.
So, ayun, 200, win-win eh. You get 200 pounds instantly, nag-register ka lang. And then, you are entered into our weekly draw. So, nanalo ka. O, naging 800 yon. Hindi ka man manalo, baka ma-draw ka next week. Manood ka lang na manood, di ba, ng Sonny Laragan Show, ma-draw ka rin. At kung nag-register kayo, maski nag-register kayo last week o a few days ago, you know, kasama ho kayong lahat ng mga taong nag-register dun sa final draw, kasama. So, ibig sabihin, tuloy-tuloy. Ano ka ba, qualified ka na sa weekly draw, pumasok ka rin doon sa grand draw. So, Eman, thank you very much. Mabuhay ka and ingat-ingat, no? Diyan
Maraming salamat, sir.
Yes, you take care. So, ayan, mga kaibigan, Eman de Guzman, live from Algarve in Portugal. Naku, gusto ko rin yung lugar na yan dahil siyempre, pagka ganyan mga sunny areas, ibang dating dyan, no? Parang holiday, no? Okay, mag-break lang tayo. Pagbalik natin yung health is wealth. Yeah, agree ka ba? Tama ba yan? No. Health is wealth, no? Para ka na ring mayaman. Kasi nga, kung may sakitin ka, o nakabuo ka ng kayamanan, kung mawawala at mauubos din yan, no? Sa pagbayad mo sa gamot, no? O nagkasakit ka, wala rin. Okay, so we're gonna have a short break. When we come back, we're gonna talk to somebody who has this advocacy to healthy eating. Saglit po lamang. Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating programa. Nako, ito na, kababayan natin. At least makakapag-Tagalog ako na maayos, no? Or we can also do Taglish. She has been a recipient as well, no? Doon sa parang, ano ba to? Itong recent Migrant Workers Day, no? Because nagkaroon ng mga awarding certificates doon sa mga nagturo ho. And she has taught in one of, yung sa Polo Owa ho rito, Philippine Overseas Labor Office yata, parang ganyan ba, ganun ba tawag doon? OWA, Overseas Welfare Administration, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. Anyway, kababayan ho natin to at siya ay isang, she graduated from UP Broadcast Media, Broadcast Communication, at nakabase siya sa Bedfordshire. kalugor ni Attorney Dana Quinto to, sa mga DB solicitor sa Bedfordshire. Tama nga ba? Saan pa Bedfordshire yata siya. But anyway, let's say hello to Mate Banyaga. Mate, magandang hapon sa'yo.
Hello, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon, Sir Sonny. Thank you for having me. And I'm so privileged to be in your show.
Oh, we're so privileged because with the wealth of knowledge that you've more or less distilled through the years in terms of totoo ba yan? You were at one time a part of Secretary Flavier and Secretary Senator Flavier's Department of Health. Tama ba yan?
Yeah. Even before that, I was with the regional office in Region 2, and then I moved to the central office, and then I was even one of the executive assistants of Dr. Jaime Galvestan, the secretary after Senator Flavier.
All right. Doing what? Communication, media communication?
Yeah. When I was in Region 2, I was in the regional office. I was the regional information officer. But then when I transitioned to the central office, I was mainly involved in the devolution process of health. Remember, from the central office, it was devolved to local government units. Mm-hmm. I was in that unit. Then I was executive assistant to the Secretary of Health. At that time, Dr. Jaime Galvestan, right after the exit of Dr. Flavier and when he went to Senate. So.
Okay, health is wealth. That's going to be our topic. Agree ka ba? Ganun, no? Ating, that's how we condensed more or less yung ating interview for today. Pero, you said that healthy eating ba mismo ang iyong advocacy when you were at the Department of Health? Yung ba yan?
It's like, as you said, distilled through the years, but it started my understanding of how health should be. Well, it started with being with the public health sector, more on prevention, more on promotion rather than a cure. So yeah, it started there. But of course, our information package would also include family planning at that time and all sorts of other health messages. But I concentrated, I actually took on healthy eating as an advocacy as a result of the years of exposure to public health and then to issues about health like, family planning and, children na mahirap ang buhay, walang nutrition and all that. And somehow it created a big burden on my part to somehow help with information because that's what I was trained to do, to give messages out there. So, but let me have a disclaimer, sir. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a trained medical professional. I just took on healthy eating as an advocacy, as I've said, as a result of my exposure to health issues from my public health career and even until now. So imagine the world has just gone through a world health problem, and so you see how important health is. So all these things. So that's the reason why I took on this advocacy.
Okay, if you're not healthy, you're sick. Okay, in a way, parang ganon, di ba? Parang if you're not healthy, you're sick, and nutrition or food is actually a medicine. It nourishes, it repairs the body, and so on and so forth. So, what should we eat? Ano ba ang eating? If you are now convincing a Pinoy, an ordinary Pinoy, how would you convince them? What are you telling them to do in terms of eating or food? Yeah.
Yeah, in short, mostly plant-based and as close as possible to the food chain, not processed, not highly processed food, and more on the attitude of eating to be healthy, not the attitude of living to eat or something like that. It should be eating to be able to live healthy. So that sort of thing. So it's mostly should be plant-based.
Ano
And we
plant-based?
can
Ano
go
ba?
into technical aspects of that, but I don't think we have the time.
Ano plant-based? So when you say plant-based, these are really purely hindi karne, no? Hindi carnivore food, no? Kundi plant-based. Are you going to be getting everything from carbohydrates to protein to fats as of plant-based?
Yes, like for example, protein. This is the most common question is where do you get your protein? And I tell them where does the cow get its protein? So if you look at yung kinakain natin na beef, for example, sinasabi natin kailangan natin ng protein. Pero yung baka, hindi naman yun kumain ng meat. So, you know,
mga grass, ano pa ba?
Yeah, you have plant-based sources for all these things. So yeah, and I know it's controversial in the sense that a lot of people, there's resistance here, but that's why I always start with mindset. Because anything that is uncomfortable, if you go to somewhere uncomfortable, you have to be prepared in your mind. Otherwise, you can't do it.
Teka muna, are you a full vegan parang diet practitioner or a diet disciple? Is that what you're... Because I don't know, okay, if you're aware of the diets, we have the paleo, meron di ba mga Atkins before, and now there's you've got keto diets and all of these diets. Have you more or less looked at them and then from probably, I don't know, distilled something and more or less ito ang kainin natin, or is it vegan ka? Is it vegan purely?
No, I'm not vegan. I'm a vegetarian, mostly maybe 98-99% plants. But then I eat fish sometimes and egg. So it's basically I'm hindi to kailangan kasi strict na ganito ganyan. The thing is we have to be moderate about everything and balance about everything. I am healthy. I focus my efforts in preparing meals that are prepared with least intervention. Like kung gulay yan, hindi na kailangang iprito sa mantika or something. You can just like boil it without water or steam it or something like that, low heat and all these things. It's more on, because if you focus on like this particular diet, it is not sustainable in the long run. Okay, so like for example, I know a lot of people have benefited from, for example, the keto diet because like if they want to lose weight. But in the long run, I know it's bad news for keto people because animal protein is very heavy and very difficult to process for your kidneys. So at some point, yung kidneys ang medyo magsasuffer kung mostly meat ang kinakain. And so all these things, you know, you just have to be balanced. Kaya nga, maaaring gawin ito kung gusto nyong maybe to a certain degree bawasan ang timbang, but it's still, I would consider going back to a balanced and moderate kind of hindi obsessive ba kind of approach sa pagkain natin. Just like when mga ninuno natin, they did not have all these diets, but they were less sick than we are now.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Recently, kasi ako, one of my parang while away the time, I don't know, I've got this fascination with, YouTube is like a university. Talagang marami ka matututunan eh. And because you just mentioned low fire or low heat ba? Low fire. May nadaan ako one time na ganun, low fire, or what did you say? Low heat? Low fire? Because low heat. I learned how to cook. Hindi naman ako marunong talaga, hindi naman magaling, kundi all my life, I just depended on somebody else to cook for me. So pag walang nagluto sa akin, gutom ako. But lately, just last year, I think I started learning how to slice. But nag-slice na muna hanggang sa eventually nagluluto na ako. Takot ako sa pagbukas ng stove. No, ngayon okay na eh. Pero ever since, lagi akong low fire. I don't know. Pero wala akong nabasa. Yung nabasa ko recently, yung kasasabi mo lang ngayon, low heat or something. Napakinggan ko parang nagkaroon ng parang ano tawag dito ano ba tawag dito, well anyway, parang Okay sabi ko na so ganun pala kasi kung magluto ako kay ano hinihintay ko lang mag-init ng gusto yung pan ko, no, at saka ako nag-fry or whatever. Minsan wala akong ginagamit na oil, lalo na kung fina-fry ko salmon dahil ano yan, di ba, oily fish. So okay, so going back to your so we eat plant-based. Ano mga usually do you eat starchy foods, mga rice, pasta, ganyan ba, o yung mga let's say tomatoes, potatoes, paano ngayon ba, is it a balance of it? Paano ang ratio mo? Do you have a ratio Mate?
No, as I've said, I'm not a nutritionist, but I always strive for balance. Like, for example, you should also know, like, depende sa, sa age. Okay? Mga bata, kailangan talaga nila yan ng carbs. Siyempre, high energy, and then they're growing. Pero para sa mga medyo may edad na kagaya ko, is less carbs kasi we're not growing anymore. We have to, yung protein, more on protein. Pero yun sa akin, I go for mostly plant-based protein and green leafy vegetables. The thing is, sa katawan natin kasi, may mga nangyayaring injuries yan sa loob na hindi natin alam. This is very important to have vitamins and minerals, or vitamins, sabi nila dito, and minerals. Because these come from plant-based foods, and there is no healing that happens in the body if you don't have vitamins and minerals in the body. So, ganun lang, balance. So, for example, siguro kami ng asawa ko, we haven't tasted rice for a long time, like how many years?
Wow.
Only because we can get it, like yun nga, patatas, for example, you have this said, minsan may bread ka dyan. So, in a day, you don't need like bunton-bunton ng kanin, hindi po pwede kasi only rice. This is where it starts to get bad for people of our age. Kung hindi natin natatanggal yung ganon, na talagang focus tayo dun sa rice. Kasi sa edad natin, hindi na po natin kailangan ng ganon kadaming rice. So, ganon lang. Balance and moderation. That's just what I recommend. And always plant-based as much as possible. Now, I don't want to go into the technicalities of, how meat is produced and all that, what hormones and antibiotics they have been injected with. Huwag na tayong pumunta doon kasi mahabang usapan yon. Basta suffice it to say that if we go for plant-based foods, lalo na po kung ito ay mga organic o mga homegrown, the better.
Anong mga example mo ng protein na plants? Ano ba ang protein? Soya? Ano ba? Tofu. Yeah, soya. Tofu. Yan, okay.
Nuts.
Nuts, may fats, mataas ang fats nun, pero mataas din ang protein, tama? Okay.
Legumes, yeah, well, that's why if it's plant-based na ganon, na whole meal, sir. May problema kasi kung parang yung olive, gusto nating laklakin yung oil kasi healthy daw. But it was designed by nature to be taken in together with the rest of the olive. So yung sapal ng olive, hindi mo kakainin, but you just take in the oil. No, hindi ganun klase. So that's why I said you have to keep as close as possible to the food chain. So for example, yung nuts, again in moderation. If you have that, like for example, yung smoothie mo, lagyan mo ng isang handful ng cashew nuts, no, instead of cow's milk. It's more creamy, but you have the protein already. And then you have the legumes, of course. You have the munggo and kung yung munggo masyadong mahirap may bean sprouts, pwede mong patubuin yung mga yon, and you would still get protein from that.
Okay. Anong typical diet ng Banyaga family kayo? So you said you've shied away from rice for a long time. So okay, so applying now yung healthy eating na ginagawa mo, because some people are like reluctant. I don't know, what's the reluctancy of people in healthy eating? Meron ba? Ano encounter mo?
Yeah. Because of it's something new, it's outside someone's comfort zone, and again because of wrong mindset, or they don't have the correct information. You see, di ba na sinasabi natin kumain ka dyan ng maraming kanin para malakas ka kasi maghapon kang magtatrabaho. mga medyo misguided yung mga ganong concepts, pero nakatatak sa utak natin. So it's more of first resistance because it's something new, it's outside our comfort zone, and second because of lack of information or having the wrong information. And having wrong information would lead to wrong way of living. Ganyan lang yun eh. So that's why I always start with the proper mindset when it comes to helping someone to transition from careless eating to healthy eating. So in our household, divided kami, no? Because my eldest and myself, we don't eat meat talaga. For 22 years, I don't know the taste of chicken.
Really?
But yung bunso ko is talagang makamit ito, but he is younger. But I'm guiding him, so I sneak in a lot of vegetables into meat that I cook for them. So always may gulay yan. And siya na rin mismo, kung puro karne ang kinakain niya, he starts to feel unwell. And that's when he says, Mama, can you make me a get well soup? And that is full of all sorts of vegetables I can manage to get into. So like for example, yung spaghetti. If I were to make spaghetti sauce, I would sneak in a lot of grated carrots in the sauce. So all these things, that's why I said, hindi kailangan maging super obsessive na kailangan ganito lang. Kung hindi mo ma-manage, at least make sure that you replace a few of your meals with healthy meals. Unhealthy meals with healthy meals. And then transition to more and more healthy food. So kaming mag-asawa, we don't eat rice. So we have quinoa, we have noodles sometimes, we have couscous, and very minimal of this, kasi carbs din yun, or pasta.
Ito, ice cream to. Nag-ice cream kayo.
Yes, okay. That's what I'm saying. So you see, you can still indulge. But the reason why we're able to do this, because we are already putting in a lot of good stuff in our bodies.
Parang cheat day nyo lang, or parang naka-holiday yata ka dito, di ba?
Yes, that was in Cornwall, and alam mo naman ang Cornish ice cream, di ba?
Yes.
It's one of the best in the world, I would say. And so
okay.
You don't have to obsess about it. You just have to be properly balanced in everything. Moderation.
Okay. Ako nga, batin ako na isang recently, I was given an award, no? And doon sa pinaka-ending, yung yun nga, I ate some ice cream. Kailangan kalahati lang. Pero okay lang yun. Nag-enjoy naman ako. So, so healthy eating pala ang Banyaga family. And if you could try at least majority of the week, you eat healthily, and then probably a little, parang ganyan, no? Parang indulging yourself with a little of, yung parang hindi naman unhealthy. Kunyari, kaya lang yung medyo nag-break ka ng konti doon sa healthy, regimen mo, pero okay lang, di ba? As long as the majority of your week or your days you eat healthily, di ba? Tama ba yan? No?
Okay.
Yun ba yan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so they should avoid sa'yo hati sa pamilya, no? Pero are you talking to your friends? Do your friends, for example, sometimes do you ask them, are you the type of person who would parang hindi naman forward, no? Pero but do you ask them, Mare, ano ba kinakain nyo? Baka I can probably advise you on something, on how to, if you see your friends who are eating unhealthily, do you tell them about it? Or do you give some advice, like, as a friendly advice?
Well, actually, I evolved as an advocate, because before, very vocal ako. But I'm not out to, criticize or to judge people's eating habits. Because at the end of the day, your eating habits come from your values, no? So mahirap mong i-demolish yon. You will end up like the kontrabida of someone else. So sa akin, depende kung close and you really care about it. And alam niya ng friends ko, they know na hindi ako kumakain ng mga deep fried or yung mga ganun, mga unhealthy fast food as much as possible. I have that kind of reputation among my close friends. But if they ask me for advice, I would just like at this slightest hint na gusto niya mag-healthy eating, ganon. So come to me, may gusto mo ng recipes, I'm open that way.
All right. Okay. Okay. So, you don't fry? Sabi mo, karne you haven't eaten in how many years? So, I don't know, 20 years ba sabi mo? Or something? Oh, pero in any of your maski plants or plant-based or whatever in a food mo, nag-fry ka rin, no? And if you do what do you use? Anong ginagamit mo? Do you use olive oil? Ano mo?
Walang deep fry, spray lang kung kailangan like sa egg or something, but otherwise I would just like normal cook it. Olive oil, this is one thing. Ang olive oil po is meant to be eaten raw. Hindi ito pwedeng pang deep fry or pang high heat, because if you subject olive oil to high heat, it becomes as dangerous as a trans fat or something, a saturated fat, I should say. Kaya mas maganda siya sa salads lang, ganon, pang dressing lang.
Pero kung low heat, kaya ba? Kung low heat mo siya, would that, sabi mo, pag high heat, nagiging trans fat. Pero kung nag-low heat ka ba, kaya ba? O hindi rin?
I would suggest not to cook it at all.
Not to cook it at all. Okay, all right. Okay.
Very low ang smoke point niya. Ibig sabihin, once na nag-usok na yan, that's when it becomes dangerous kasi hindi na maganda yung mga compounds na nabubuo.
Pero uusok lang yan kung mataas ang flame mo.
No. Well, of course, yes. Pero syempre, yung umaangat yung temperature mo dyan eh. If you want to use oil, go for something like rapeseed. Yung rapeseed, medyo mataas ang smoke point nito. And para hindi ka lang madikitan, no? You don't have kasi to coat mo yung pagkain mo in oil, because it becomes a barrier for your body, no? Hindi niya masyadong break down. And so the oil around your food becomes a barrier for your body to get to the nutrients, no? Para ito ay kanyang i-break down for your body. So halimbawa yung talong, di ba yung talong natin, we really like that. But then we like it na talagang mamantika talaga. That sort of thing. So parang na-cancel na yung nutrition ng talong kasi because of the oil that's surrounding it, nahihirapan yung katawan to break down the oil to get to the nutrients. That kind of thing.
Okay. Ito na bang knowledge mo o yung pinaka ina-advise mo if ever people would ask for your advice for the right kinds of menu food na kainin? Final na ba yan? Or kasi I don't know, as years go by, yung dating okay, nagiging bad. Yung dating bad, nagiging okay. You know, some new research, I'm sure your experience yan, magugulat ko, paano to dati? Ngayon, kunyari, egg, for example, sabi nila, bawal, cholesterol. Ngayon, meron namang nagsasabi na, walang problema. Iba ang cholesterol ng eggs. You can eat as many eggs as you want. No? Dati, parang eat one egg with yellow, puro iba, whites lang. So, ikaw ba, ito na, final ba? Or are you continuously researching still?
Well, I am continuously always reading up, syempre, no? But then you see, titignan nyo, every time na meron kayong literature na binabasa, always make sure ano ang source niyan. Kasi syempre, kung if you are marketing something, we know this, of course, when you're marketing something, now you get scientists to do this and say this and all that and do these researches to back up your product. Maraming ganyan, ano? That's why as I've said, always moderation. I'm not saying stay away na hindi ka na talaga magpiprito ever. Siyempre, kailangan mong lagyan ng konting oil yung pan mo if you wanna fry your egg or something, or your tofu. Have you tried to fry tofu ng walang oil? Hindi siya pwede. So, medyo lagyan mo ng konting oil just for it to be cooked. Ano? So, I'm not saying na talagang stay away completely as well. Yung eggs, even that, I would not even recommend. Well, nasa sa inyo yan kung gusto nyo mag-vegan, ano? But, you know, if you want an egg or two, why not? I mean, but again, moderation. So that kind of thing. And you know that we're always learning new things. But it is safer for us to go back to our roots when our grandmothers and grandfathers ate a healthy diet all the time.
Ayan, oo. Nangiti ako kanina kasi sinabing tofu. Sa Pilipinas, sikat na sikat yung tofu. Tapos yung mga tenga ng baboy ba? Merong mga sikat na, di ba? Yung mga sa, and then ipa-partner mo with yung goto o yung lugaw, ganyan, no? Yung tofu with tenga ng baboy, and then meron kang sausawan na toyo na merong sili, yung mga ganun-ganun, no? But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to talk about food. It's healthy eating kasi nourishment mo yan. Sabi mo nga, eating to live, no? Not live to eat, no? Tama, di ba? Yun yung sinasabi mo kanina, no? So yeah. Okay, well,
How to stop it.
Final words, health is wealth. Agree ka ba? If you wanna, ano mga final words mo on this subject, Mate?
Yeah, I believe health is not just wealth. Health is the ultimate wealth because it's not the same as gold or something. It's more than that. Health is one of the most important considerations in our life, but the least considered. One of the least considered. Kasi sa atin, meron tayong mindset na you only live once, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. But the length of our life may be up to God, but the quality of our life is up to us. So if you want to achieve a good, good health, even in your latter years, you have to work for it. It doesn't happen just like that. You have to be intentional po sa inyong kinakain. Alam niyo po, ang ating mga katawan, kasi mga OFW tayo Meron tayong mga magulang, mga kapatid na nakadepende sa atin. Kung tayo ay magkasakit, hindi lang po tayo yung apektado. So it's very important for us na kailangan, lalo na kung malayo tayo sa mga mahal natin sa buhay, na ingatan ang ating mga sarili. Kaya nga, ang healthy eating, when I submitted this topic to Polo OWA, they approved it because they knew then and even now the importance of being healthy. Kaya nga sa 26, which is a Sunday, the whole day po ako magtuturo sa mga OFW registered workers dito sa UK, sa London, about healthy eating, just to help our kababayans na magkaroon ng guidance on how to eat healthily and how to look after themselves. So, yun ang aking parting words.
Mabuhay ka. Ilang oras nga pala yan? Yung sa iyo on the 26th. Sarado na ba ang gusto mong palistar yan? O pwede pa silang mabol?
I don't know. I think so. Nasa Polo o Facebook
okay.
page yan.
Gano'ng kahaba yan?
From 10 o'clock.
Gano'ng kahaba yan?
10 o'clock.
Until?
10 to 5.
The whole day, 10 to 5, okay. At saka gusto ko lang dagdagan yung pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, no? Some people will kill themselves sa gym to probably lose weight, to be healthy or ganyan, no? Actually, ang losing weight is 80% kitchen, which is eating, and 20% ano ba tawag dito, yung exercise, no? And people, for example, they indulge in a for example, muffin, okay? Muffin. Sabi daw nila, it takes about 3 hours to burn it. Imagine you have to kill yourself in the gym just to be able to burn that muffin that you ate earlier, 'di ba? Kasi calorie pinag-uusapan ba, 'di ba? Pag maraming calories yung kinain, i-burn sa gym. But you know what? It's eating, healthy eating lang, no? If you just eat healthily, maski sabihin natin hindi ka makapag-exercise, you can still achieve yung goal mo especially kung ito mga plant-based na yan, kasi plants no? So ayan, kasi 'di ba yung mga unhealthy fats na galing sa mga ibang mga sources, mga baboy halimbawa, makakasira ho sa inyo. Pero yun, thank you very much, no? Maraming salamat sa iyo, no? Mate, no? For being a part of today's shows and imparting your knowledge on healthy eating. And hopefully we can have you again soon, no? Dito sa programa. Hope this is not the first and the last time that we're going to be having you. So maraming salamat sa pag-appear dito sa ating programa and enlightening our kababayans on healthy eating. So maraming salamat. Sige. Thank you.
Salamat.
Ayan.
Thank
Ayan
you.
mga kaibigan, Mate Banyaga, no? All the way from Bedfordshire, live, Bedfordshire. ka-opisina ni ni Attorney Dan, ka-opisina, kalugar ni Attorney Dana Quinto, no? Mabuhay si Mate, no? Kita niyo naman, napakahusay magsalita. May mga pagbati tayo. Sige, Analu Antipuasa, amazing afternoon po, Kuya Sunny, direct pow to everyone. Ayan, uy, Analu, nagpalista ka na ba doon sa pwede ka manalo na instantly may 200 pounds na kagad, no? Tapos, pag magdodraw kami ngayon, sana nakahabol ka, no? Okay. Agree, health is wealth, okay? Sige, tuloy-tuloy natin to. Okay. Edgar Duway says, my family, health, and life is my wealth. Uy, my friends and knowledge are considered as my wealth too. Okay. Yeah. Hi, kamusta ka na, Aneng? Pagaling ka? Okay. Mua, yan. Okay. O nga, kasi nagkaroon ng COVID si Analu, no? Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Sunny, the sexy Laragan, and direct Paula. Ayan, no? Patricia Roque Perez. So, chismis pa lang ho yun, no? Na cum laude si, malalaman ho natin in a month's time. Kung official na yan. Just registered just right now. Yes, so, kung hindi ka mapili ngayon, ano tawag dito? Edgar, every week pa. Plus, pag nag-register, yung mga registered kasama na sa grand draw na worth 7,000, 6,000, 7,000 pounds of holiday doon sa no? Stan Levy, good afternoon, sir. Sunny, at sa lahat ng viewers. Stan, palista ka doon sa discover365.co.uk/win para masama ka sa draw. Malay mo, kung hindi ka namin madraw ngayon, next week may madraw ka namin for additional 600 pounds every weekend. Pero when you register, instantly meron ka na kagad 200 pounds na credits that you can use in the whole of the United Kingdom. Baile Santos Sildes. Tama ba yan? Santos Sildes. Hi, Sir Sunny. God bless to your show. God bless din sa'yo. Ikaw ba'y based sa UK or sa Europe? Sali ka na sa 365, discover365.co.uk/win. 200 pounds travel credit, magagamit mo yan. May wine, may kung ano doon sa website. You can use it instantly, no? And, pwede kang makasali doon sa grand draw at weekly draw natin, no? Ang grand draw sa August, ang weekly draw every week, no? Every show. Hindi namin alam kung gagawin namin ni Eman, kailangan nila direct na kailangan nanonood kayo, no? Para maka-claim kayo. Kung hindi, we go to the next one. Okay, good afternoon everyone watching from Lisbon, Portugal. Ayan, Sanchez Grace. Grace, mabuhay ka, no? Mabuhay. Sige, pagka papunta ako ng Lisbon, sabihan kita. Good morning, ano yan? Pero good morning, sa Germany ba yan? Denmark? Sir, pwede ba akong mag-study ng Danish language during my 90 days staying in Denmark? Maraming salamat. Pwede siguro, kung gusto mo, mag-enroll ka. Hindi ako taga-Denmark, no? Hindi naman ako nagmamarunong, hindi ko alam. Pero pwede naman siguro, pagka online, bago ka pumunta ron, mag-aral, magpalista ka na kung saan. Kaya lang, baka magbayad ka, no? So, yan, si Edna Salvador. Hindi ko nakuha yung surname niya. Edna Salvador. Sige. Di bale, okay lang. Emmeline Rafael, good afternoon, Sunny and everyone. Yes, good afternoon, pero good evening ka dyan sa San Pedro, Laguna, no? Mabuhay ka. Ayan. Rudy Libroho, good afternoon, Sir Sunny and all viewers. Team Libroho, Belfast, mabuhay. Nako, gusto ko mapunta sa Belfast ulit. Natutuwa ako sa mga accent ng mga babae dyan. Nako. Nakakatuwa. Jimmy. Congratulations, lovely direct Paula. Rudy Libroho. Kasi na-chismis na cum laude si Pao. No, okay. Analon to Parsa, congratulations again, Direct Pao. Thank you, Kuya Eman, for showing us the beautiful scenery, places to visit in France. Okay, yan, oo. Napunta ka. Alright, yeah, Paris, France, maganda. We can't do anything if may sakit. No work, no money. Kahit sabihin nating mayaman ka, mauubos pera pambayad ng bills. Tama nga naman, mga medicines for maintenance. Totoo yan. Totoo yan. Kaya health is wealth. Ikaw, no, although baka tamaan lang tayo, but there are ways of increasing yung immune system natin, no? Analon to Puesto, agree, mindset is everything, self-discipline is a must. Tama yan. Okay, pwede mo matanggal yung pangalan sa gilid, direct? Para hindi kita yan? O paano ba yan? Paano kanina wala yan, Ayan, okay. Alright, ito na ba tayo ngayon? Ito na ba tayo? Ito na tayo? Dito na ba tayo sa segment na to? Ito na yung mga kaibigan yung ano. Hindi, pakita mo muna yung... ito na ba tayo? Okay. Pero ipakita mo muna yung Calling All Filipinos natin. Sige, we'll have this little plug and then we come back to me and then i-draw ko na yung mananalo ng 600 pounds, no? 600 pounds to na pagpalista mo pa lang 200 pounds. Ngayon, mananalo ka 600 pounds, that's 800 pounds, no? Kung di ka nanalo ngayon, nood ka lang next week, baka manalo ka, baka mabunot ka o ma-draw ka. Okay, teka muna, pakita mo muna akong todo. Solo muna tayo. Ibalik mo na solo yan. Okay. Alright. Ito na ho, no? Papakita namin yung ano, yung ating parang teaser. At ito na ho. Malaking chance ang manalo ng malaking chance yung manalo ng holiday, no? Luxury holiday sa Cancun, Mexico. Ito, panoorin natin. Okay, ayan. We've been announcing this for a couple of weeks, no? So, may link na ho, yung www.discover365.co.uk/win. Ayan. Yung mga nagparehistro na ho until before the show, ito, makakahabol ho rito sa ating ano. Okay, eto na. Magdodraw na ho tayo ngayon, no? Sige nga, i-draw natin to. Direct, pakita mo muna yung ating ngayon. Okay, eto na. Magdodraw na ho tayo. Sige, go, direct. Ayan, ang winner natin is Maria Norma Linda Canda. No, take note of it, no? Direct. Ayan, alamin natin kung taga saan yan. But late, sige, yan, we will be flashing this, the winner of the 600 pounds of travel credits. I-anunsyo ho natin to, no? We will come up with a plug. So, yan ang first winner ho natin na 600 pounds na credit. So, kayo ho, may chance ho kayong manalo, no? So, on top of 200 na, nag-register kayo, meron na kagad kayong 200 pounds. Pwede na niyong ibili ng wine or anything yan. Pwede niyo na magamit sa website, Discover 365. So, pwede na ho niyo magamit yan. And some other things, no? Ngayon, yung si Maria Linda, she, on top of the 200, she has won about, 600 pounds or 800. Tapos, qualified pa rin doon sa grand draw, no? So, ayan. Wala ka na ginawa, kundi nanood ka lang dito, and nanalo ka pa na 600 pounds, no? Or even 200 pounds, or even yung 6,000, 7,000 pounds worth of holiday dyan sa, sa may, tawag dito, sa Cancun, Mexico. Ano yan? It's a lovely place, napaka, yan ang pasyalan or dyan nag-holiday yung mga celebrities. Dyan ginaganap yung mga conferences ng mga world leaders, no? Dyan ginanap sa Cancun one of those G20 meetings. So, ayan. Okay, so winner natin si congratulations Maria Norma Linda Kanda. Congratulations. So yung mga kababayan natin sa UK, sa buong Europe, mag-register lang, manood lang lagi dito sa The Sonny Laragan Show every Wednesday. At you get the chance to win. Siguro we will come up with yung ating Viber din para meron ding minsan makakausap din natin live yung mga nanalo. Okay. All right. Okay, so from Portugal pala, no? So congratulations. So from Portugal, open to sa buong Europe po. Sa lahat ng mga kababayan, sa mga taga UK, sa mga taga Europe, na mga kababayan nating mga Pinoy, open ho ito. So congratulations do sa ating first winner, si Maria Linda Kanda, mahaba, no? Maria Kanda yung apelido. Okay, so I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Doon sa mga nanonood ho at hindi kayo nakahabol sa hindi kayo naisama, mag-register na ho kayo, no? At kung nakapag-register kayo now or after the show, pwede ho kayo next week na maisama doon sa ating draw. So, ayan. So, www.discover365.co.uk/WIN or win. So, ayan, mapupunta kayo sa page na yan. Okay. Maraming salamat. I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. It's been a wonderful day of having a program. At I want to I'd like to thank our guests. Gusto kong pasalamatan yung mga guests natin. Una-una si Sheikh, no? Zahir, isang estudyante to, Bangladeshi, at siya ho ay kumukuha ng aerospace engineering. So, magandang inspirasyon ho yan. Go for your dream. Mag-aral ka lang, no? Of course, hindi basta-basta makapag-aral sa UK. But if you get the chance at meron kayong kamag-anak, magulang nyo, at itirinay na itaguyod kayo rito, no? Coming from the Philippines at nag-aral kayo rito, pagbutihan ninyo ang pag-aaral ninyo, no? So, si Sheikh Zahir, no? And of course, yung ating guest na nakausap just now, no? Katatapos lang, ito si Mate Banyaga, no? Who's a may advocacy sa healthy eating. Kailangan talaga nutrition. Kailangan we have to eat to live, no? Not live to eat, no? Kailangan kumain tayo para mabuhay, para maging healthy. Huwag tayong nabuhay lang para kumain lang, no? So ayan, let's eat to live and live healthily, no? Health is wealth. Pag may sakit kayo, mawawala rin yung pera nyo. Pero kung healthy kayo, pwede kayong magtrabaho uli at kung nawala yung pera ninyo, di ba? So, at saka wala kayong sakit ng katawan. Wala kayong it's nice to be fit, healthy. So, fit, healthy, and wise. Ika nga. And of course, no, si Eman de Guzman, no, yung ating travel advisor, and doon sa ating travel corner, no, at he had this part 2 this week. France, no, umiko tayo sa France. But next week, abangan natin kung saan tayo dadali naman, no? Saan tayo aakayin ni Eman. So, sa ngalan ng ating mga naging guest sa araw na ito at sa ngalan ng ating direktor na si medyo chismis pa lang, cum laude, Paula Perez. Ito po si Sonny Laragan nagsasabing thank you very much sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay. Let's do it again next Wednesday, no? Para sa The Sonny Laragan Show on Wednesday at 1 o'clock UK time, 2 o'clock Central Europe, 3 o'clock Eastern Europe. At syempre sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo, no? Iba-ibang oras din. So, yan, kita-kits uli on Wednesday. So till then, take care, God bless, and goodbye. Bye!